I want to cry. I can't.
Spencer, cry on your own time, okay?
No, you don't get it.
is he crying or laughing? I'm not sure.
No, a little of both. It's pure frustration.
What are you doing?
I just put on my solid cologne and I can't smell it. I can't smell anything. I can't taste anything.
Wait, you put on cologne just for you?
I do that sometimes. Like I just, it makes me happy. Like
Yeah?
I keep it at my desk and put it on. And 2023 has been the worst. The worst. On top of everything else, my whole family my wife, my daughter, and I, we all three just tested positive for COVID. And as far as we can tell, I'm the only one that's lost my sense of taste and smell. I can't smell anything.
Some people don't quite get that back, Spencer.
Do not tell me that. Do not tell me that. That is, I live for taste. I love taste.
I hear that sometimes meat and barbecue doesn't really, the smell never and the taste never come back. Just letting you know now.
No.
It's gonna be like Helen Keller in the kitchen.
I don't know if you can say that, Josh. I don't think that's appropriate. Hey guys, I missed you. I've missed you quite a bit.
I've missed you three as well. Two.
Wait, how many are there?
I missed myself.
Listen, you missed yourself. But yeah, no, look, we put out a show the week that you were gone, Josh,
Yes.
but we haven't actually done a show in 2 weeks. So I'm glad we're here.
I kind of really missed you guys.
Yeah, it feels right.
I feel like we need to do like a recap of what everyone's been up to since Josh has been in Hawaii.
Does that mean we get the Hawaiian wrap up as well?
Oh, I guess so.
Don't they serve that at McDonald's?
Yeah, they do.
Hawaiian
Bad things happen.
It's a spam burger.
All right, I'm going to go first because I feel like my story may be shortest because, I don't know. Josh, I think you're like the main event here with Hawaii.
Oh, no doubt.
Because I want to hear about food and everything.
Let's hear your story first. If you said it's a short story, it must be a dating story.
It's time for a dating story.
Yes.
You guys ready? Listen, a lot of my dating stories, we know there's awkwardness, right? And by the way, can I just say this? I've gone on some dates lately, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a podcast, right? And I only say a podcast, okay? and then they go, no, this way they say, I feel like they know my history, and they go, you gonna talk about this date on your podcast? And I go,
Oh, no.
Look, I used to have a podcast back in the day where I overshared all my dating stories, and it got me into a lot of trouble because then these women would find the podcast and they'd want to hear about themselves more. And I'm like, so we're going to put like an asterisk next to this. So I said, so I don't do that anymore.
So then you started this other show where you could do that again, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, there's some guy named Kenny that does this on the other show. I don't know. Please never find that. Anyways, so here's a real quick dating story. And when it's quick, it's going to be sad. So here we go.
Oh, no.
I go to dinner. So I matched with someone on Hinge, and I couldn't really tell what she looks like because there was just face pictures. And I don't want to scrutinize too much, but when you're on a dating app, you're like, it's hard to tell. Maybe if they send me a selfie, at least I know it's not a catfish or whatever. So I wasn't entirely sure what this person really looked like. Very pretty, but I was like, is this a fake picture?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
You
Anyways.
do wonders with angles.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. And so we meet up, we go get some food. And because she was saying, hey, we could just go to your house. I know you're doing Sundance. We could just go to your house and watch a movie. And I'm like, hey, that sounds great. Right. But I also know what that means. And I'd like to take someone on a proper date before we watch a movie and cuddle. And so, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but when you watch a movie with someone, sometimes you cuddle. And sometimes when you cuddle, you kiss.
I've actually learned this since marriage.
Since marriage, not before.
So Kenny, there's Netflix and Chill, Hulu and Do You, Disney Plus.
Oh my word!
What would Sundance
Disney Plus
be?
and what?
Disney Plus and Thrust.
Pants rhymes with Sundance, so we're gonna,
Sundance in Kenny's pants.
Is this something from like the Utah playbook?
Look,
the Disney Plus and Thrust.
The Disney Plus is on Gene's thrust because you shouldn't be doing anything other than the 501 protection plan when you're watching Disney Plus.
Depends.
That's
Do you
true.
have the U.S. subscription or is it international? Because I show everything on the international.
Well, look, I do date long distance, so that's all I'm saying.
Kenny's got that Canadian Disney Plus.
Oh, my word. This short story turned into a long one. So, anyways, I meet her. Oh, yeah. And I said, hey, well, let's go on an actual date. Let's go to dinner. So we go to dinner. And I told her while we're there. And very pretty, very nice. And I was like, hey, I know we talked about seeing a movie, but like here we are in person. I'm going to give you a total out. Because I generally do this. I'm like, I know for women, they go on a date and they usually know within 5 minutes if they want to continue the date or go on a second one or whatever. So what I like to do is, meet them for dinner. And then if things are going well, I'm like, well, hey, I'm going to let you go. But, I'm having fun talking to you if you want to go get a treat or whatever. And then, usually they're like, cool, that sounds great. Well, I was like, hey, at this dinner, I said, hey, if we need to go on away, great. We're both adults. It's totally fine. She's like, no, let's go to your house and watch a movie. And I'm like, all right, then. That's pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. So we go to Maverick and we go get some snacks. And we come back to my place.
Wait.
And
Maverick?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to end well.
I'm judging you on this.
Wait, why are you guys judging me? What's going on?
What do you get at Maverick? Like a Bahama Mama and a 32-ounce Mountain Dew?
It's a 44-ounce Diet Mountain Dew with 2 shots of mango, 1 raspberry. Okay. Some creamer.
Did you get corn nuts? Because that's going to turn into a junior high makeout right there.
Listen, corn nuts that's dad breath. Nobody needs dad breath.
Corn nuts and Funyuns? That's some protection right there. I call that the Holy Ghost combo.
Yeah, it truly is. That's a chastity belt of the mouth. Anyways. I don't want to say chastity mouth because that sounds wrong.
No, let's never say that again.
Listen, no, I get twin snakes or Haribo frogs all day, every day. Okay. So, anyways, we get some snacks and we come back to my place and I've got like a sectional, whatever. And I've kind of got a strategy for dates. And this is going to sound a little wrong and manipulative, but I turned down the AC just a little bit, right? So it's a little bit too cold. Okay. Josh, pay attention because I feel like you're going to learn some things.
I'm taking notes right now.
So she sits down on the couch. She puts the snacks, like the drinks and the candy between, like on the cushion next to her, but the snacks are between us. And so I'm sitting on the other cushion. There's like 3 to 4 feet between us. And at first I'm like, cool, we're just hanging out talking. We're picking a movie. And she wanted to watch a scary movie, which also means, like, if you're watching a movie on a date, you're going to cuddle. If you're watching a scary movie on a date, you're the little spoon at this point. Yeah. So I'm like, sweet, pretty cool. Like, I'm totally into this. So we kind of sit down, we're eating some candy, and we're picking a movie. I'm like, cool, let's pick the worst date movie ever. Like, the wrong choice to cuddle, Hereditary. But she really wanted to watch it. And I'm like, hey, it's a little grim. It's a little dark. And she goes, no,
That's not grim. That's disturbing.
Yeah, look, I'll kiss during anything, Spencer, okay?
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone. So
when your mouth's separated and you make that sound, come on.
Yeah, you just summoned a ghost at that point. So, anyways, I start the movie, I turn off the lights, and my go-to line, get ready, I know it's wrong, everyone judge me.
I'm writing this down.
I say, hey, are you cold? Do you want a blanket? And because if a date has a blanket, that means you're getting under that blanket too. That means you're getting pretty close without saying, hey, let's get close. And then your hand will touch her leg and then you'll cuddle. Okay? Sorry, there's a science to this. Yeah, I know I sound so horrible method right now.
This happened exactly, with dating Marianne.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what I was doing.
You didn't know you were using the cat method.
Whether it's natural or unnatural, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, okay? No, it's true. I'm
not saying I date well because you're the married one, okay? But anyways, I go, hey, it's kind of cool. Do you want a blanket? And she says, no, I'm good. And I was like, oh, okay. Huh. All right. Okay, now what? Now what, Kent? What do you got? And so I sit down. Like I said, the treats are between us. And we start the movie. We're about 10 minutes in, and the inner Kent voice is like, hey, you should probably do something about this. Like, if he gets too far into the movie, like, what? How are you going to cuddle? You're just going to send her on her way after the movie's done.
Wait. Inner Kent voice hasn't hit puberty yet. Is that basically
Michael J. Fox? It's young Michael J. Fox.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
or
that
Milo,
makes sense,
or Milo from Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Okay,
so
but the inner voice has hit puberty. So okay,
I like that your inner voice made a pun and said, "If you don't do this, you're done."
He calls me by my last name. It's weird. So I 10 minutes into the movie, I kind of try to like break the ice again, and I said something, and then I'm like, "Hey, you could move closer if you want."
Right back to junior high.
And she says, "No, I'm okay." And I kind of go, "Huh, okay."
Checkmate.
I go, "Hey, look, all I need is 2 strikes, and I got the point. Okay, that's fine. We're here watching a movie. It's great." We watched the whole movie, and then I'm like, "Cool, all right." And then she's like, "Well, I better go." I'm like, "Okay." And she did tell me that her stomach hurt a little bit. She's like, "Oh, I ate too much food." And I was like,
Maverick.
"Look, no, we went and got ramen before on our date."
Oh, okay.
That's
and
not going to help any.
No, and I was like, "Look, I get it, because I've been cuddling sometimes. You know, right? When all of a sudden your tummy goes,
Oh, yeah.
and you go, and then your date goes, 'Oh, are you still hungry?' And you go, 'Yep, I must be hungry still. It's my stomach. It's hungry. It's not the after effects.'" Okay. So I get it.
My smell.
Yeah. So I get it. I get that she maybe was uncomfortable and didn't want to get too close or whatever because, bubble guts. And so anyways, the movie ends. She's like, "I better go." I walk her to her car. She gives me like a really weak hug. And I was like, "Okay, all right. I'm going to have to work on this science," because I thought I had a proven method, but clearly didn't work. So anyways.
Hypothesis is null.
It is, the AC thing must not work. The blanket thing, it's not a guarantee. Josh, I don't know. It worked for you.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how it happened.
Here you are a year later. You're like, I don't know.
I mean,
romance. There's romance there.
No, there's definitely romance, and it's funny because Marianne and I will catch ourselves sometimes like we're really married, right? Like this really happened, but no, yeah, we've known each other now exactly for 1 year. Well, this Saturday, so
well, happy anniversary. That's pretty cool.
I got to get the end of this story because the Kent Dunn method is guaranteed to work 60% of the time, every time. So how did this end? Have you talked to her since?
Yeah, no, we've been texting.
Did you send like a Google survey to be like, "Hey, can you fill out where in the method you feel things went wrong?"
Wait, like an exit interview?
Yeah, like an exit interview. Like, please rate my performance.
I don't know if I dare.
Monitored for quality assurance reasons.
Where did I go wrong? Listen, my inner voice doesn't need that kind of insecurity because it's already the 15-year-old deacon who couldn't score.
So he hasn't hit puberty yet.
No, that's true.
we can do that for you. Hello. We're just calling to follow up on your date with Ken Dunn. Can you please give and rate, for quality assurance reasons, where and when Kent went wrong on his last date?
It may have been when I asked her to pay for the meal. Instead, I forgot my wallet. I don't know. Oh. I'm joking. Spencer, save me. What have you been up to?
Okay. My stuff is actually not as fun. I've got 2 little things that were kind of funny because we've been sick home with COVID for most of this.
Yeah.
2 Sundays ago was the 5th Sunday, and I sometimes get to work with the youth. We have this one little deacon in our ward that I just love to death who says the darndest things. So we're doing everybody's favorite church lesson, the law of chastity. And he asked me this question. Maybe
talk about the corn nuts method next time, okay?
Yes. Hey, y'all don't need to listen to any of this. Get yourself some corn nuts and some Funyuns. Chastity bell to the mouth. No. So he starts the lesson. This is combined, so all the youth combined. He raises his hand and says, "When I was reading the scriptures, it says you shouldn't lie down with your animals." Law of chastity lesson. but I lie down with my guinea pigs all the time. What's wrong with that?
Hold on.
Oh,
I think
refer
that's so
back
sweet
to the parents.
That's so sweet, right? Because the people that take things very literally, you kind of go, hey, look, think about this real quick. I mean, unless it's
No.
darker than what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Okay.
No. This kid's got some issues. We won't dig into it here, but
Oh, wait, so never mind.
What kind of podcast is this again?
yeah, this isn't that kind of podcast. The other one is I hate cats. I
hear you.
I have one cat that's an indoor cat. We have two cats that live outdoor. They're barn cats and they hate us. So it's kind of a symbiotic relationship where we throw food at them and they don't scratch the heck out of us.
Yeah.
Very loving. Then we have an indoor cat named Ethel, who I don't know why. We got this cat because Stephanie wanted a cat that would actually cuddle with her. This cat cuddles with me and will only cuddle with me. And I think the only reason she cuddles with me is because she knows it pisses off Juno, the dog that I actually do like. So the other night, my 3:30 a.m. demon summons me to get up and take care of some business. I go to the John and start the ritual, when all of a sudden I stop hearing the water hitting the water, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
And
Wait, what?
and then
Hold
I
on.
hear the cat meowing at me from the toilet. She had jumped up midstream and was soaked. Was completely soaked.
You peed on the cat.
So here I am,
No.
3 a.m.
Listen, no more judging guinea pig kid, all right? You just peed on your cat.
So here I am, 3 a.m. with a cat that is now pissed off at me because it's soaking wet.
Pissed off and pissed on. Okay.
Yes. I'm trying not to wake up Stephanie because she hasn't been feeling well. But the cat's run off, and I don't want the cat in my room anymore because it smells like pee and it's covered in pee. So I'm like on the floor with my phone. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. And a towel so that I can throw the towel over the cat as soon as it gets out from under the bed and throw it outside. So
wait, you weren't even going to give it a bath? You were just going to throw a cat you peed on outside?
Yeah, I'd take
It's
care
like
of it in the
30
morning.
degrees.
Take care of it in the morning.
Oh, poor cat.
Oh, it's fine.
Do you have to do you have to wash the cat in like tomato juice or something?
He's not a skunk.
No, we
Josh
put it in
is
the
not a
garage.
skunk.
Okay, we put it in the garage. She was fine. But I did get her out the next morning, and I sent you guys a GIF the next day of how I felt with my cat. It was from Silence of the Lambs. It puts a lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Yes.
Because the only way I can wash this cat without it killing me and like gouging my eyes out is putting it in the shower, closing the door, and then standing on a stepladder. And we have a fancy shower head that detaches from the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm standing.
I like how you call it fancy, but sure. Yeah.
Hey, we're only lower middle class fancy here.
Okay.
We're not upper middle class fancy. So I'm standing above the shower with it on, and this cat's staring up at me, meowing like it's got possessed with a demon, and I'm spraying it down with my hose.
The water hose, right?
Yeah, generous of you to call it that.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for the clarification on that one.
But no, that's been my week, is dealing with that.
Listen,
and then
I don't want to hear. Okay,
I could tell you a story about Hazel, but we'll save that for another time because we have enough pee stories and poop stories right now.
Listen, you're like, I hate cats. I peed on my cat. Like, the cat did nothing wrong.
No,
Well,
it
at least
didn't.
you didn't pee your pants.
Go on. Josh, you okay? What happened?
My vacation. Okay. You just came back from Kauai, you know?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so somebody who deals with these kind of issues and everything knows that you kind of have to, anywhere you go, you kind of have to know where the restrooms are.
True.
Mhm.
Well, because it's such a touristy area, Kauai, for whatever reason, their public bathrooms are pretty much all locked. So
Yeah.
so vendors have to give you a key or a
Yeah.
code or whatever. I didn't know this. And it was last Sunday, Marianne and I went to go get some shave ice, and I had to go. And I was desperately looking for a restroom. I finally found one, and there was a code. And so I'm desperately trying to find a vendor to get into this restroom. And by the time that I got to a shave ice stand, I'm doing the pee dance.
Yeah.
And I get the code. I'm trying to memorize the code while I run through a bunch of other shops.
Wait. Can you tell us the code right now?
022770.
Why is it so long?
Because they probably find joy in seeing people, grown men, pee their pants.
So you're like 72007.
And seriously though, like I like, and it just happened, and so I was able to at least use the restroom a little bit, but I came back, I was defeated. Thankfully, Marianne had ordered a shave ice for me, so at least I got that out of the whole experience. But
I love that Josh, when he's
man.
in trouble and needs immediate assistance, he doesn't look for any other help, from any other vendors. He goes straight to the shave ice.
That's what you do in Hawaii, man. Like that was like a daily thing in Kauai, was shave ice. Like,
right?
We had to try every shave ice that we could.
Okay, so moving on from that. I mean, let's stay on shave ice, but moving on from the previous story, what places did you go and rank them?
So we went to 4 places actually. We went to the first night. It was, I can't remember the name of it. It was like Fat Jimmy's or something like that.
Oh,
okay.
It's got to be good.
And it was right after we did a dinner cruise, sunset dinner cruise. And on our way back from the cruise, we stopped by to get shave ice, and the closest one that we could find that was still open, because hours there are just horrible. Like, everything closes either at like 5 or like 7, and very rarely do you find anything open past like 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we found this one place. It was okay. It was good. I want to just call it Fat Jimmy's, but it was nothing really extraordinary, even for Utah standards.
Okay.
We also did JoJo's. We did JoJo's down just over in Princeville, and that was really good. I loved JoJo's.
Now, spoiler alert, I know I kind of briefly talked about this on the last show. JoJo's was my favorite, and I know it's a controversial favorite because it's not everyone's, but because it's the biggest chain there.
Yes.
But what I appreciated was quick service. The price was great. Mm-hmm. It's huge, and you get macadamia nut ice cream on the bottom.
Yes.
And to me, that sells the whole thing. Maybe not as much foam on the top or whatever, but the flavors were more customizable, and you get the better ice cream.
Yeah, I like the macadamia nuts. The thing is some of the ice cream in some of these different places, the macadamia nut ice cream either had nuts or didn't have nuts.
Okay.
And I think it was JoJo's that had the nuts.
Yeah.
In it. And I'm not a huge fan of chunks of nuts in my ice cream.
Most people aren't.
I was keeping it professional here.
Yeah, you were. I'm proud, especially in this show.
But but JoJo's was really good. But the worst one that I had, and maybe it could have been because of my experience right before having it, was He Fat. I believe that was in Kapaa.
Yeah, Kapaa.
So people called me in Argentina. He fat.
No, I got a lot of people who loved He Fat and highly recommended it, but when we had it, like, it was too like natural flavored. Like, I thought I was getting like a rainbow colored, like bright blues and orange and yellow and everything, but it was
Sure.
like real blueberries, and it was like real lime, and sure, that's good, but it wasn't very strong, and it was flat. It just did not taste good.
Okay.
But the best that we had, and we actually went there a couple of times, and we almost went a second time in a day, but we went out for tacos and we just stuffed ourselves too much that day. But Wailua shave ice,
Wailua. Yep.
by far the best thing best
okay.
shave ice I've ever had.
Explain yourself, because this was a number 2 for me.
I think a lot of it was the flavor. So I did the rainbow.
Yeah.
So reasonably priced. It was $5 for the rainbow, but
what?
Just for the rainbow flavor, it was $5. Obviously, though, you have your add-ons, the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the snow cap, and then they do the sea foam,
Mm-hmm.
which changed everything. I never had like a sea foam topping on a shaved ice, which is essentially coconut, like whipped coconut milk.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the best. Oh my gosh. Like both Marianne and I are like, this, like, we want this on the mainland kind of thing. Like,
right.
You should put up a franchise here, Josh.
Honestly, like we sat there and we're like, could we do this? Like, this would be even better than what is it, Kailua or whatever. The thing is here in Utah, like, it's all just a summer thing, and you have like Bahama Bucks, but Bahama Bucks is kind of like it's like a poor man's like Sonic almost. It's okay.
And that's saying something, right?
Yeah, but like it's not. A Hawaiian
Sonic's is already a poor
ice.
man's everything.
Yes,
very true.
I mean, Sonic's is everyone's last choice.
That's our tagline, actually. Yeah.
We even tried different flavors. Like, we would get our favorite, and then we would try something on the menu because we were thinking, we got to try this all, because if this was something that we want to try to bring here to Utah, like, we've got to try it all, and then we could do this as a tax write-off, right? But they have a frozen hot chocolate shave ice. And in theory, because I think it's because we're so used to like the snow cones and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of off-putting because you're like, oh, frozen, like, with shave ice, like, that's just
no. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Like, it's chocolate milk. You have the ice cream, then they put Hershey, syrup on it, and then you're topping, and it was amazing. Like, I'm like, this needs to be in Utah, like, tomorrow.
Okay, make it happen.
I want to make that happen, and I may have made some phone calls already with
what? Really? Okay.
Well, no, seriously. Like, I know a couple people in like the restaurant industry, and so I've been kind of asking them. Just,
are you gonna pull George out of retirement?
No, he's actually he's working the taco stand. Jurassic Taco. Not a sponsor, but he just opened a Jurassic Street Taco place down in Spanish Fork.
That man cannot stay away from the food industry. I love it.
No, he can't.
Kenny, you have to meet his friend George. Like, he is one of the nicest guys I have ever met. And
cool.
Yeah, you just have to meet George.
No, he's brilliant when it comes to food things like this. But anyway, that was by far the best thing. One of the best things I've ever eaten. Not just the best shave ice. And I don't say that lightly,
Wait, a shave ice product.
Oh my gosh.
Is one of the best things you've ever eaten.
Oh, exactly. And
what?
It's right up there with the raspberry macaron from Disneyland.
Holy.
As far as like favorite foods. That's
some hype right there.
So, which also, by the way, side tangent, Disneyland should be selling shave ice. I'm just saying, like, they could sell those things for like $15 a pop, and people will buy them.
I wonder why it's a true story.
Like, that makes it sounds like just like a perfect fit.
Oh, it would, especially. Well, maybe it's just because they kind of went all in on the Dole Whips and stuff. But
Yeah.
Well, it's an
All right.
easy
All right.
way in DCA to bring in Lilo and Stitch.
I wish I understood Stitch. I don't understand Stitch at all.
Josh, did you see whales?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the question we've all been wondering.
I know. I honestly, it was our first full day there. We did this sunset dinner cruise. We were supposed to go up to the Napoli coast, and unfortunately, the seas were too choppy, so it just became a glorified like whale watching tour, which I like. Both Marianne and I were fine with.
Did you go to the captain afterwards and be like, I actually preferred this over the coast? Like,
no, but
I would have paid more.
Can I just say, like, it was a dinner cruise. They had an open bar, and it was really interesting because obviously Marianne and I don't drink, and so we were ordering the Virgin Mai Tais, and it was really kind of funny because Marianne, like, she fell in love with the Virgin Mai Tais, and we kind of noticed a few couples that were not drinking, and she's like, oh, they got to be from Utah. They're probably LDS. And so she would go around to people who weren't drinking, and she was telling them, like, you got to try the Virgin Mai Tais. They're the most amazing things in the world. I'm sitting here after like the third person, the third couple that she's said this to, and I'm thinking, are you sure you're drinking the Virgin Mai Tais?
Because she was that excited.
Because I'm like, now if you go up to the captain and become best friends with the captain, I'll know that those weren't Virgin Mai Tais. Or if you start singing Neil Diamond,
whoa, do not
those are not,
bring
no,
my buddy Neil.
No, dude, Yacht Rock always has Neil Diamond on it, and when it comes on, all the drunk people are singing Sweet Caroline. Like, I think it's a part of like some pact that everybody makes before they start drinking.
If there was a Venn diagram between drunks and Mormons, Sweet Caroline bop bop bye is where those intersect.
You're probably not wrong.
You're probably not wrong, but
BYU season ticket holder.
On this cruise though, but no, it was actually kind of fun because we actually met a couple of people on that dinner cruise from Utah.
Of course.
That live just kind of down the street from us. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So but honestly, like, gosh, I mean, between the shave ice, between seeing humpback whales and turtles and seals, and it was amazing. It was very hard for us to come back. It was really hard for Marianne to come back. Like, she was crying on the plane because it was perfect. It was a perfect week.
So is Hawaii kind of a destination you guys want to go back to then?
Yes, and in fact, so we stayed on a property for Wyndham, and you kind of get sucked into these things, like,
right?
No, you don't. You just have to say no.
No, dude, if you knew Marianne and I, like, it's very hard for us to say no. And together, it's like Captain Planet. There's nothing breaking that bond. Like, we're gonna say yes. We cannot say no.
Wait. Captain Planet, but weak-willed. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, we're like the worst version. So, but anyway, we kind of got sucked into this presentation, I should say, and where it was like, okay, you come take a tour of the property, meet with one of the representatives, and you'll get a free week anywhere in the U.S. on Wyndham property or whatever. And we're like, well, yes, like, that's all we have to do. And every time they assure us, oh yeah, you just take the tour and you just meet with a representative. I'm like, they're going to try to sell us a timeshare.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, exactly. So anyway, like, I'm like, we got to say no. Like, we got to say no. And I'm just driving that point all morning long. Like, when we go, we got to say no. And that morning when we were leaving, we said our morning prayers, and I said the prayer, and I'm like, Heavenly Father, please bless us that we'll be able to say no, and that we'll still get all of our free stuff.
Okay.
And so we show up, right? We show up to the meeting, right? And they have us sit down. They fill out our all information and everything. And we sit down. We're enjoying our free water and everything, and our granola bar. And 5 minutes comes by, and this lady comes into the room, and she's like, Mr. and Mrs. Hansen, I'm sorry to inform you, but we don't have enough representatives to give you the tour. We had a couple that weren't able to make it in because of the storm, because they shut down like part of the highway. But we do want to just assure you that you do get all of the perks and the information and everything. But unfortunately, you won't be able to take the tour, and I'm so sorry about this. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I turned to Marianne after she left. I'm like, my faith is strengthened. Our prayers are answered.
Honestly,
I'm like, holy cow, this is like the best thing. And I just start laughing, and I'm like, faith restored.
if anyone's struggling with their faith and has that kind of moment, like, I have a feeling. Like, what's your middle name? Oh, it's S, right?
Yes.
So, Elder Joshua S. Hansen, giving his conference talk about faith being restored because he didn't have to do a timeshare meeting. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. No, it's seriously, like, I just laughed the whole time. I'm like, seriously, I'm like this just, like, it makes my day, because I'm like, Jesus heard my prayer. He knew that we couldn't say no, and so he made sure that the representatives weren't able to make it into work today.
They opened the door, and they couldn't go any further because of the 3 men standing there.
Because I'll be honest, yeah, truly, right? I wouldn't do a timeshare meeting for a trip anywhere in the world.
No, I wouldn't.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
And you went, you're like, Hawaii, sure, Hawaii. And you thought you would have to buy a timeshare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, we cannot say no.
You were protected.
Oh, totally. I'm like, it just, it was like one of the best, funniest moments of my life, because I'm like, yep, God gets me.
Yeah. This is going down in the annals of Hansen history. It's going to go in
it's already in my journal. It's already in my journal.
One day.
It's seriously though, it was amazing, and I can't wait to see where we end up going for our free week.
Listen, I don't even want to hear about hikes or snorkeling or the beach, because I feel like I just heard the highlight of your tour, your whole trip.
Oh, it totally was. So, because it's also good for any of the Wyndham Hawaii resorts on any of the islands, and we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go to the Big Island.
No, don't do it again. Don't try your luck. I feel like the Guardian Angel only has so much gas, and I feel like you just used it all.
Probably just go to like Palm Springs.
You know what though? I think that there is a segment here, where Josh shares his travel logs, and we'll just call it Josh's timeshare.
Josh shares his time about timeshares.
Maybe that's the name of a podcast right there.
Oh, you and the podcast.
I know, there's your spiritual
I love
shot.
It. Guys, you know who else I missed? I'm going to segue here. The callers.
I am sure we have more than 2 in the voicemail queue.
We have quite the voice messages.
Okay, and they may not all make it here onto the show, the ones we missed.
We'll have to break them up, probably.
Let's play a few.
Okay. Hey, guys. First of all, this is Torsten, and I just want to say the show's great. Enjoy listening to you guys every Wednesday. It's nice to hear you guys are doing a great job. I do have a question, though, for Josh, and this would be very specific to him. I understand he has some history and some knowledge of these things. So I was getting ready to fly on a plane with my wife, and I wanted to know, what can't I take through TSA? And how big of a bottle can I take? I don't know, but I understand that you have some really good knowledge around this. And so if you can just share with the listeners things maybe you shouldn't take through TSA, or things they might inspect in your bags, be greatly appreciated. You boys have a great day. Goodbye.
I feel like this is kind of pointed.
Oh, Torsten.
Yeah, it
or
looks like we're
Tori.
jumping right back into the trip. Let's hear it.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness. Okay, first off, congratulations, Tori. Torsten, just got married, and
congratulations.
Marianne and I actually went to their wedding party this past week.
Mazel tov.
Torsten, just kind of going with the theme of everything. Torsten is the one who actually introduced Marianne and I. So
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so especially
Full
on
circle.
this week of our meet-iversary, congratulations and thank you, Tori, for everything. It's because of you all of this has happened. So just it.
Love it. Okay,
Anyway.
but now to answer his question.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he's referring to an incident that happened last August, when we all went to Disneyland, and I flew out with Marianne and my niece Alexa.
You all right?
So I'm going through TSA.
Mhm.
I don't check bags, right? I rarely do. I've been to Europe for 3 weeks with just a carry-on bag and a backpack.
Wow.
So I know how to pack pretty tight and efficiently. Anyway, I guess I wasn't very careful with what I was packing, and I ended up packing something that got flagged in the TSA screening.
Okay.
You're being very vague.
It was over 8 ounces of adult WD-40. I think is the best way to put it.
I feel
and yeah,
We're just gonna stop that there.
I'm just gonna say
slide on
this.
by.
I'm just gonna say this: when that TSA agent opened my bag, looked at what it was, I'm standing there with my wife and my niece. He lifts it up, looks at it, looks at me, and he's like, "Well, that's not going to get through," and then chucks it right in the garbage. Yeah, it was a lost cause. So there went my WD-40.
Yeah. I like how you're like alluding to something else. When if you just said it, it would be kind of more appropriate. But
honestly
it's fine.
would be.
Right.
So wait, we're saying 8 ounces.
Yeah, it was. I just bought it off of like Amazon. I didn't think it through. I just put it in my bag. Like, I mean, because I'm the
He's
type
a
of
Boy
person
Scout.
I don't
Be
usually.
prepared.
Well, and I usually don't like travel with like shampoo or hand sanitizer or anything like that, because I usually just use whatever is free at the hotel, and they don't give out WD-40 at the hotel. So
Yeah, not 8 ounces.
yeah.
Jeez.
they're
But yeah.
stingy
So
with it
anyway,
at the
yeah,
hotel.
Torsten. Everything needs to be at least 3 ounces or less. 4 ounces. Is it 4 or 3 ounces? Be safe. Go with 3.
Okay. Which one do you want to do next?
All right,
let's move
next
on to
call.
this next one.
Hey, just wanted to say hi while I have somebody here I want to say hi as we're standing out in the snow. So I'm going to interrupt his conversation really quick and say, sorry, you got to say hi here.
Hey, you suck. It's like, 29 degrees and snowing right now in the Frigid 5K. Josh Hansen in Hawaii.
He's in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
Dude, after we walked around the oval, you went to Hawaii. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I'm done.
So enjoy your time out there, and we'll enjoy the snow out here.
I wish I felt bad. But I'm sorry. That was KP and Coach Blue Robinson from Addict to Athlete, and
Wait, so they're running a marathon?
5K, frigid 5K.
5K. Okay.
So
okay.
this, out in the cold, and then you jump into Utah Lake afterwards. And
What?
yeah, so I'm just saying I made the right decision in going.
Meanwhile,
to
you're
Hawaii.
eating frozen hot chocolate, shave ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you made the right choice.
Can I just say I love those guys? Blue helped me through some tough times. So, just shout out and love to Coach Blue.
I need to meet Blue, I think.
Oh yeah, you
really
were.
do.
Yeah. I keep on forgetting that there are certain people in my life.
I know you don't want to combine worlds, and I get it.
Yeah.
But, maybe you should.
It's like combining food on his plate.
Yeah.
Actually, no, this is Josh. He mixes it all up with a spoon.
Yeah, truly.
That's true. I think we have time for what? One more? Should we do one more?
Okay, so when I saw the Instagram poll for Team Josh or Team Josh's wife, when I saw it, it was literally like 90% in Josh's wife favor and 10% for Josh. And so I was really caught off guard because, okay, look, guys, I hope we all can remember that our bodies do produce natural oils that are really healthy, and like natural bacteria that are really healthy and are beneficial for our survival. Given, yes, we live in a first world country, I assume. Anyway, this might be classist of me, but anyway. The point is that most doctors, I believe, would recommend showering every other day or every 3 days, just so you can let those natural oils like be there for you and do whatever the heck they're doing. So I don't know. I would always be Team Josh. I shower every other day. I actually used to get in trouble a lot from my parents because they'd be like, yo, you need to shower every day. But I'm just, no, like there's no reason to. So, yeah, there it is. At least my argument's on Josh's behalf. And science is on your behalf too as well, Josh. Okay, we'll talk later. Bye.
Hold on. Okay,
Mats,
no. Hey,
Mats,
no,
Mats.
stop. Okay, no, stop it. Now, Josh, here's the thing. On social media, you were blown apart. Okay, you just were, right? Everyone was against you. He's saying
everybody.
90%. Okay. But we got a call from Drew as well. Drew and Mats, who were like, no, yeah, it's a natural thing. Your body will take care of yourself naturally, and you'll have a normal, good odor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cute that they were, coming out of the woodwork to say that.
Science. They used science.
Okay, here's the thing. Part of Matt's argument was that naturally we should just be predisposed to our oils, but also when we were that way, the life expectancy was like 27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I would also like to point out, and I love Matt's because we had a great conversation about this, but Matt's is also auditioning to be on Survivor, so take that how you will.
Yeah, he's used to not showering, maybe being a little stinky, and I know you are too, Josh. I
guess it could be all part of the game.
Listen,
right?
the female of the species, by and large, said Team Marianne. And by Team Marianne, I mean Team Common Sense. Let's be real.
I don't think it was a thing of solidarity there. That was hashtag common sense.
Hey,
yeah.
But hashtag Team Josh is hashtag Team Science.
Listen, Team Science is a little bit stinky, okay?
That's okay. That's, hey,
no,
Spencer can't smell anything, so...
We have hot showers. We have modern conveniences. People live now into their 90s. I think it's because of Degree and Secret antiperspirant, right? I think we can attribute it to deodorant and showers every day.
Are you telling me that Irish Spring is actually the fountain of youth?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. You remember those commercials where they would slice a little piece off and it'd be a little shower?
Yeah.
Fountain of youth.
I actually thought that looked delicious as a kid.
Me too. Why did it look delicious?
I don't know.
It's just a water soap, like a soap water.
I just wanted to eat soap as a kid.
Maybe that's why you don't stink, because you ate so much soap.
This theory is probably true.
And why you can't keep food down. Yes. Okay.
No, that's the real reason Josh has such a foul mouth, is he wanted the soap.
Yeah, truly. Yeah. Yeah, wash my mouth out. He's taking bites.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Tootsie Roll pop for you. Your mom's like, no. You're like, ow. Okay, well, thanks for that, Mats. Now you're just giving Josh more power, so it's not okay.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to end it there. If there's something I disagree with, I just want to leave the show for like a little bit. So,
Of course you do.
but I know we have so much to talk about. Like it's a little too much for the 2 weeks that we were gone. So, listeners, there may be more coming your way. Just letting you know. So, Josh, let's end this one here.
Okay. Well,
and we'll go from there.
Hey guys, thank you for listening. We want to connect with you any way we can. You can follow the other show along with each of us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Actually, scratch that. All of us except for Spencer. I think you're on Instagram,
Yeah.
maybe Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Kind of.
You're sort of on Twitter. Okay. Anyway, we want to connect with you guys, so make sure to connect with us on any of those social platforms. Whatever you listen to the other show on, please hit the subscribe button. You know, we may be these seasoned podcasters, but this is still a fairly new podcast. So when you hit that subscribe button, you're helping others find the other show as well. And if you ever feel so inclined, please leave us a review, because we may even read it here on the air. The good, the bad, and even the ugly ones. And of course, if you don't want to leave a review, you can even call us. You can leave a voicemail and leave us a message. You can leave us a question, a comment, a compliment, a complaint, or you can even ask us for a recommendation, which a few of the listeners have. All you have to do is call my voicemail at 801-508-4989. Hey, and guys, remember, you can listen to me on my other show at the Party in the Back.
And also my other show, Baconsale.
And of course, my other show,